evening, everybody. Today, gonna be going through at least Claire A for the original 1998 Resident Evil 2. So, new hard mode. This is also on not BioRen necessarily, but this is the Japanese version of the game.
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City. It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus, a mutagenic toxin created by the international enterprise Umbrella Incorporated for use in bioweapon experiments. The Raccoon City Police Department's Special Stars Unit immediately began investigation in the affair. The case was apparently closed, thanks to the efforts of STARS members Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were far from finished.
I am gonna continue to drop little factoids and random shit about this game, but let these cutscenes play out.
I'm finally here.
Since this is the Japanese version of the game, one of the most iconic lines of the game right here.
Guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
Why'd he bite me? But since this is the Japanese version, the subtitles and the menus will be in Japanese, which neither one will really be a problem.
Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? Hello? Look, I'm sorry I bothered you, okay? Just don't come any closer. Are you listening? Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer. There! Buckle up.
Okay. What's going on? I arrived in town, and the whole place went insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you. You okay?
Still in one piece.
Hey! That maniac's gonna win! Run! to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Alright, so things just kind of pop off from the start. You know, this initial section was kind of a nightmare for people back in the day.
Freeze!
Everybody loves
Who are
kendo.
you? What are you doing here?
Don't shoot! I'm a human!
Ooh. Sorry about that, babe. I thought you were one of them.
What's going on in this town?
Hold on. I ain't got no clue, darling. By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was infested with zombies.
So, kendo plays a much, well, okay, I'm not gonna say much bigger role in the remake, but his role is more fleshed out, whereas in this he just kind of is there to die. There is a very, I'm not gonna say very popular, there is a relatively popular mod for this game called Kendo's Cut. And it's absolutely one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I could not recommend enough checking it out or watching a playthrough of it. If you would perhaps want a playthrough to see, I would recommend Rain Base Juniors. That shit was hilarious. So this is my my first time playing the Japanese version with it not being randomized. And man, a lot of heads popping. I don't know if the crit chance is just higher in the Japanese version. The bow gun is also pretty solid in this game. I think people get it mixed up with Code Veronica's in their head when they think about it. Because in Code Veronica, that gun sucks dick unless you have the explosive arrows. Like, completely useless, basically. Typically I would damage boost through these guys, but I am playing on hard, and I don't actually know what that entails. Another thing I did want to talk about were the voice actors. So the OG voice actor for Claire here is Allison Court. A lot of people will know her from most likely one of two places, either Resident Evil here, but she was also one of, or the main character of the Big Comfy Couch children's show, the character Lunette. And it's funny just thinking about the dualities of, you know, Resident Evil and Big Comfy Couch. The voice actor for Leon in this game, his name was Paul Haddad. I think that's how the last name was pronounced. Apologies if I got it wrong. He unfortunately passed away, and I like to think he left a great legacy with how he did Leon in this game. No, it's Resident Evil, so the voice acting isn't exactly a 5-star cream of the crop, but I think he did really solid and just a memorable role. So, little Easter egg that I didn't get, obviously. So, if you make it to this section of the game without picking anything up along the way, there will be a zombified Brad Vickers here. And it is the aftermath of what happens to him in Resident Evil 3 up there. And if you kill him, you get a costume key, which gives you access to a locker in the photography room or the dark room or whatever they want to call it. And the thing about the costumes in this game is they're not just a cosmetic change. Claire gives her access to the SAA Colt, a single action army revolver. I think the gun's kind of shit personally, but Leon's alternate costume, he has two, and one is incredible. He holds his gun one-handed and fires faster. I believe he gets the same fire speed that Ada gets in the section where you play as her, which is actually a kind of insane buff. But I believe it, don't quote me on this, but it may only affect if you don't upgrade the pistol.
Hang in there.
I could be
Are
wrong,
you the
but
only officer left in the building?
Who are you?
I'll shut up and let this play
Claire
out.
Redfield. I'm looking for my brother Chris.
We lost contact with him over 10 days ago. Chris, Jill Barry. Every last STARS team member has disappeared. We should have listened to them.
What happened?
About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving these zombie-like creatures in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city. Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything, at the risk of their own lives. But no one believed them.
Are you okay?
Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go.
But...
Just go.
Okay. Just hang in there. I'll be back soon.
I love how his ass just flies to lock that door. I do need 1 second. I just realized I completely forgot to change my Twitch title. Just gonna update this real quick. That's Marvin in this one. If you've played the remake, you know what he does. He once again he plays a much more back end role, and he's just kind of here to progress you, I guess. There we go. Now that my dumbass has fixed my stupid mistake. Apologies. Okay. Trying to think if there was anything in particular I wanted to mention now. I talked about the voice actors. I was talking about the costumes before. And yeah, Leon has one really strong costume. I don't typically get the costumes. Like I said, I think the single action army Claire gets kind of sucks, and Leon's his costume makes him kind of look like a dickhead, but it is strong. Okay, in RE1, I boasted about the knife. This game, it's not as useful. So, I'm gonna toss it. Even if this is hard mode, I'm hoping my knowledge will pull me through, because I don't know what Japanese hard mode entails. So Claire starts with the lockpick. Leon has to find small keys. There are 3 locations that you use small keys in the game. There is that drawer there. There is the drawer up across from the library. And then there is a door, a storage door. That's the door. The word I was thinking of. A storage room door in the sewers. Anyone who played this as a kid will remember the trauma of seeing this for the first time.
Oh my.
Lickers can be kind of annoying. In all honesty, there's only a few sections of the game where they pose any like real sort of threat. So since Claire starts with the lockpick, we do not have the lighter yet. Gonna have to wait to grab that first jewel. Just gotta... Oh god, does the bowgun suck in this version? What the hell? Yo, I might have lied already. This bowgun seems kinda ass right now. Okay. So, this is a common hallway. Gonna have to run through a few times, so I'm gonna kill these guys. I should be counting my shot. It's always better to reload in the menu than it is to reload out in combat, just because it's slow. And, you know, the time pauses while you're in your menu. The iconic save music. So this locker right here is what you would unlock to get the costumes from Brad. RE3, you just snag some gunpowder out of it. I don't know if Jill just like locks it after she grabs that shit. Because canonically Jill has already been through here. There's kind of some like weird timey-wimey bullshit in terms of like when these games take place, because Resident Evil 3 takes place before, during, and after this game. And that mainly has to do with the what happens when Jill gets infected and she's passed out for like a day. And why that game will end with, you know, the nuking of the city, whereas in this game it's just kind of the train explodes. Here we have your traditional push puzzle, because no one in Resident Evil is capable of pulling objects. Like, there are a lot of things you can criticize about this series, but the fact that people don't know how to pull anything is probably one of my bigger ones. I get it for puzzles. You have a certain guideline you want to follow to keep the puzzles in check, but like, come on. I did not go nearly far enough. It's a little game I do with myself, because I don't take the time to really know how far I need to push it. I should, but I don't. I just kind of eyeball it and see if I can get it. And we have the stars room. Sherry out here keeping ammo on his desk openly. Seems really irresponsible of him, given that there's a child running around. And the grenade launcher very early, which is pretty nice. You can get a first aid spray there in RE3. I will probably mention that. But the main thing we're here for is Chris's diary and then the unicorn medal. This is Wesker's desk. Pretty well known thing. If you check it 50 times, you get a film of Rebecca in like sportswear. For any Zoomers that may be watching, this is what was called a fax machine. Because before you could just send someone a text message, you had to send a fax. Oh, okay. I have remembered another thing I did want to bring up that I mentioned that I intended to. So I'm doing Claire A, Leon B deliberately. In the remake, the scenarios are kind of interchangeable. There's really no difference between doing Claire A / Leon A, Claire B / Leon B. Whereas in this game, there is a canonical set, which is Claire A, Leon B. I do kind of wish they would have made it a more involved thing in the remake, but I mean, the remake was incredible. It was better than anyone could have hoped for. So I'm not gonna let something that arbitrary kind of tarnish it. A little jump scare in this room tends to get people their first time through. It will happen again right here. As long as you stay off the wall, far enough off the wall though, they won't grab you. I don't even believe they do any damage. I think it's just kind of to try and scare you. Waste a bit of your time. Similar to what I mentioned about hunters in RE1, lickers, I believe, will always slash with the same arm. So that just kind of gives you a way to recognize how to get around them. I really wonder whose job at the end of the night it is to, like, put the key back in the base. So, some good old Resident Evil backtracking. We came all the way back here for the key, and now we get to go all the way back up to the STARS office. Best way to avoid damage in these games, and I say it a lot about the Dark Souls series as well, is really just be confident. Don't hesitate and like overthink it. Just kind of trust your movement and, you know, make it clean. It's not always going to be perfect, but you can mitigate most bullshit. So now that I have the correct key to open this door that Sherry is going to open, because she's just fucking yoked, I guess, we get this cutscene of Sherry being assaulted by a potential pedophile cop.
Leon!
Leon S. Kennedy in the flesh.
Claire, you made it.
Yeah. Have you seen a little girl around here?
Yeah, you just missed her. Who is she?
I don't know. But it's too dangerous for her to stay here alone. Leon, I'll go look for her. You go and find us a way out of here.
Of course. But before I forget, here's a radio. That way we can keep in touch if something comes up.
Thank you, Leonard. locker. And then this is the second locked item, which will be flame rounds. Only 4, okay. So hard mode absolutely does have some like diminishing returns on pickups. There's a red herb here. It does kind of blend in, especially if you're not playing with like an HD patch like Biorand is. Or I guess more specifically this is the, I think it's like the Resident Evil Restoration patch. So that puzzle is just always the same. You just need to move the two leftmost bookcases, one spot to the right. Upstairs there leads to the clock tower, which we could not do right now, even if we wanted to. These random crits are wild. I don't think I've ever seen this many crits with the non-upgraded handgun in my probably 100 playthroughs of this game in the English version. I just heard another one. So with the auto aim in these games, you can... Oh, is this the fuck room? No, it's not. Get the lighter. Use that in a little bit. So the auto aim is really strong in these games. It essentially allows you to check things that are off screen. And I'm sure you'll see me do it a few times. Gonna save more than I did in the RE1 playthrough. Oddly enough, despite this being recognized as like the best of the original trilogy, this is probably the one I have the least amount of time in. I love it as much as I love the other two, but I just have not played this one nearly as much as I've played in RE1 and RE3. I guess this guy is a good demonstration for me to bring up another little factoid. So the cops in the police station here that have hats on are slightly stronger than just the average cops. You can snag some ammo off of this corpse here. There's a lot of... So these games, they depict things, you know, by making them shine or just, you know, something like that. But there are also things that are just straight up hidden if you know where to check. Bodies are a huge one. You typically want to check bodies that are on the ground. But then there are some spots where it's just like, yo, here's a thing. This is also where you can grab another bow gun if you didn't get it at Kendo's. I could pick it up for more ammo, but I mean, realistically, the bow gun is not like an endgame weapon. We'll see if I regret that mentality later. So you learn how this helicopter crashed into the building in Scenario B, and it's a very stupid cutscene. Just because the logic of it isn't there. And I'll go into that when we actually get to Scenario B. This is one of those examples of things where there's stuff hiding. Oh, maybe not. I don't know if that's hard or maybe that's only the B scenario, but fuck me, now I look like an idiot. Okay, do not have both of the gems yet. Huh, only one zombie in this room. Good old stock scream. I would put that on like the same level of like a Wilhelm scream. That's pretty goddamn close. So for Leon, this room has a bunch of stuff. There's like a shotgun shells there. There's like ink ribbon in this vase. Right now I'm just here for this. This is where the 2 red jewels will go. So that door there, where the door that screamed at me. I don't know if it's just embarrassed or what, but that's the goal. But we need some plastic explosives and a detonator. The wheel will not be used for a while. Trying to think on what order I want to do this in. You know what? Grab the... Put the lighter away for now. The quick turn in this seems to work. It's kind of wonky. It doesn't always work. But that's neither here nor there. I also don't know why I grabbed these herbs, because there are a bunch of herbs out here. I'm actually gonna wait. I actually didn't grab the herbs. Okay, so I'm not a complete idiot. Leave it in there for now. So this body here also has some ammo on it. You can just grab his dick and it shoots out some bullets for you. It'd be kind of weird to get hits on dudes from here. It's also very difficult to see them. You'll see some feet at the bottom of the screen there. That is a dude that will nibble at your toes if you walk up to him. Cops have no shame. Oh my god. Alright. Starting to see why those crits are so big, because these dudes are fucking jacked on hard. Alright, this dude's on fucking steroids or something. I don't know what the fuck's up with him. He gets one more in the ass because fuck him. So a lot of people come back here and know you can grab an herb. On normal at least, or at least the English version, you can grab a second item back there. That is another, I guess, puzzle, quote unquote, that is always the same. It is 2, 2, 3, 6. In both this version and the RE3. Sitting crewman there, not so sure. So this room here, you just kind of walk out and you are instantly surrounded. It's actually kind of fucked up. Oh, I'm getting that mixed up with the B scenario again. Like I said, I know this one the least out of the original, so I'm not surprised that I'm getting all kinds of things wrong. Kind of makes it exciting in a way, though. I get to learn some things here and there. Greener there. Actually, he survived. What a bastard. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick trip to the item box. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and... I mainly grabbed the grenade launcher for the orgy hallway there. Okay, so now... I'm gonna go back this way and get the crank and work my way back over to where Marvin locked us out at fucking record speeds. So there's another room where it's like there's an ink ribbon there. And there's a file here you can get that you just may never think to interact with. Actually, hold on. I don't know why, but I had this thought in my head where I could actually grab that crank without the ladder. Wouldn't be a Resident Evil game without needing a crank. I'm actually sitting here thinking right now if there are any RA games that don't use a crank at all. It's like... I don't recall there being a crank in Gaiden. Which, by the way, I love Resident Evil Gaiden. I think it is an unsung, hidden masterpiece in this series. It is a Game Boy Color game, and I think they did fantastic with its limitations. One of my, I guess, hot takes, I would say, is that I think Gaiden is a more fun game to play than, like, RE0. I really do not like RE0. I think they intentionally made it annoying to play, because a lot of people bitched about the item boxes and the limited inventory, and it just feels like a game that was made out of spite. This is the fuck room I was talking about. Yep. Okay. Should have kept the grenade launcher. Oh, there's a save room right here. That room's just a little surprise your first time. Let you know you might get your butthole played with a little bit. Okay, so lighter's done until we're going to get the gear. Grab that again. I don't typically like using single herbs, but this next room be a little scary. Honestly, not knowing what kind of shit this game could throw at me on hard is, it's a little worrying, but it's also exciting. It's makes it feel like I don't, know exactly what's coming, like I typically do. diving at me like that is actually super good, because that just basically gets me a free kill on him without spending ammo. So there are two guys and another thing you can open on the other side of these lockers. But the only thing that's in it is film, so it's not really worth going around the corner and potentially taking the hit. A lot of people mention that they think the plastic explosive looks like bubblegum. It absolutely does. Little memo to Leon. RE3, you can grab some ammo there. That's another thing I think I kind of get messed up with is since RE2 and RE3 both overlap here, I will get it mixed up which game has stuff where. So Marvin's fast, and he's kind of yoked. I don't know if he's like as, well, actually I can say for a fact he's not as strong as Zombie Brad. Zombie Brad is a real bastard to kill. But I don't see a reason to kill Marvin. Just let him roam around. I got what I came in for. So now I could realistically go use the other, use the diamond key on the other door it needs, but that side of the station also needs the club key. So instead of doing that, I'm going to try and be smart with my routing and my time. It's one of the fun things about the Resident Evil games is like doing things like routing. And there's a lot of hate on tank controls. I think they feel great as long as they're done well. There are games out there that have done tank controls badly. There is a PS1 game that I genuinely like. I think it is also objectively bad. It has a lot of problems and a lot of ways you can softlock yourself. It's called Galarians. That game is rad, but it is a cruel, cruel bastard of a game. But the tank controls in that are ass. Mainly because there is like a bit of lag every time the screen changes. And let me tell you, when you're just lagging around on screen transitions, especially with some that don't make sense and you're not expecting, moving fluidly is not something that happens very well. So here we're gonna get another piece of her main puzzle. Leon and Claire, if you're not familiar, they each have their own individual puzzle for the police station. Leon needs to collect the chess pieces, and she needs to collect the 3 blocks. Blow open this door. This scene here is like one of the best ones in randomizers, because the combination of who Irons and the mayor's daughter can be are just fucking hilarious.
I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Are you Chief Irons?
Yes, that's me. And just who are you? No, don't bother telling me. It makes no difference. You'll end up just like all the others. That's the mayor's daughter. I was told to look after her, but I failed miserably. Just look at her.
I just got a notification that I got a gift sub to a streamer I've never watched. I have to take a look.
Perfection. But it will soon putrefy, and she will turn into a zombie within the hour, like all the others.
There must be some way to stop it.
In a manner of speaking, there is. Either by putting a bullet through her brain, or by decapitating her completely. And to think that taxidermy used to be my hobby. But no longer. Please. I'd really like to be alone now.
So Irons is fucked up. They make it a lot more overt and kind of in your face in the remake. Whereas in this one, it doesn't really become apparent unless you read some of the files. Not necessarily all of them are necessary. And also the cutscene before the first boss. Whereas in, the remake, he is very clearly a fucked up dude. There's another cutscene
Let me go!
that
Easy
can
there. I'm
become
not a
very
zombie.
funny
You're
and a
safe
randomizer.
now.
Specifically if Claire is a child and Sherry is not, because then it just looks like there
Leon,
is
come in.
oral sex
I found the
occurring.
girl,
and
I've cleared the wreckage that was blocking the corridor.
Got it.
My name's Claire. What's yours?
Sherry.
Hate to sound
Do
like
you
a
know where
broken
your
record, but
parents are?
They
I'd
both work
recommend
at the Umbrella
checking out some of the
Chemical
Ray Narvaez Jr.
Near the city limits.
randos. He
The
has had
chemical
some
plant? Then
some funny
what
moments
are you doing here?
with this scene.
My mom called and told me to go to the police station because it was too dangerous to stay at home.
From the look of things, I'd say she was probably right. But it's dangerous here as well. You'd better come with
Actually,
me.
I don't even know why I keep
But
saying
there's
Ray
something
Narvaez
out
Jr.
there.
I know he's got
I don't know what it is,
twitch.tv/Ray at this
But I
point.
saw it. Much larger than any of those zombies. And it's coming after me.
What was that?
That's what I was telling you about. It's here.
Sherry, wait!
Alright, so her dad's been drinking a bit too much. He's pissed off. She's running around the police station trying to get him arrested. Yeah, CPS is doing a shit job, so now we have to do it. Irons has now fucked off with the body of the mayor's daughter, doing God knows what. In the remake, it appears that he was going to taxidermy her, but dude's fucked up. He could be doing God knows what. Didn't grab the red block, but that's fine. So another thing, I don't even know if this would be considered an interesting bit of information, but in the remake, Leon and Claire each have their own key that is exclusive to their playthroughs, whereas in this, Leon and Claire will both use all 4 of the police station keys. I don't know if maybe that was just a way for them to try and make them feel more different. Alrighty. So now I'm gonna go off and use the hard door, and I don't know why I went this way, because going through the outside section would be better. What I'm discovering documenting these playthroughs is that I am not as good at talking and playing as I thought I would be. comfortable silence. So, hard door takes us to kind of this subsection that leads underground. You see, and there's these open windows here, and I'm unsure if it's time-based or progression-based, but like there are two parts of the game: the initial liquor hallway, and then that area there, where zombies will at some point be triggered and crawl through. There's a cord you can pick up to block the shutters of one of them off. If you're not really doing too much backtracking though, it's not really a necessity. So for this, we just have to come in here and turn around to trigger Sherry being out here.
Sherry, I've been looking everywhere for you. I was
Now
so
the Sherry
worried.
section can be either free or
We've got to
actually
go
kind
now,
of scary,
okay?
depending on which
If we
enemies.
stay here, that monster will find us.
This is one of the
Let's
few,
go.
actually maybe the
I
only
won't.
part that has any
What's the
sort of
matter?
randomness to
Don't
it
you
is
trust
what
me?
enemies are going to be
It's
up
not
here in this
that,
section.
Claire. It's because of my daddy. He's over there.
Ideally, a Sherry
I heard
wants
him call my
zombies.
name.
The zombies can't grab her. The
Daddy
only
must
way
have
they
been
can hit her
attacked
is
by
by
the
vomiting.
monsters. I have to help him.
But if it's dogs, it can be a real
Wait,
problem
Sherry, don't
because
go
the
alone.
dogs can stun lock you,
Sherry,
and she is
Sherry.
incapable of fighting back. There's also a spot later in the game that I'll point out where you can actually... Oh, it's dogs. Okay, well, fuck me. But there's a spot later in the game where you can actually get kind of soft locked and just murdered to death. Sherry also has a notably slower movement speed, which makes the dogs just that much worse. Luckily, she gets a first aid spray, so as long as you don't get in a position where you're being, like, stun locked between two dogs and just kind of knocked around, you can pretty well get by. I guess you could call this section a bit of RNG as well, at least in terms of how long it takes. Sherry has two different climbing animations. She has that, and occasionally she'll like struggle to get her leg up on the object. Right there. So it just kind of, it can take varying degrees of time for her to climb. I had a good one there. Oh. Oh wow, good ones all the way up. Only one bad one is actually pretty good. This room can feel like it takes fucking ages when she doesn't want to climb. That key is another thing where I really have to wonder, like, whose job is it to, like, arrange that shit and put it all back when the day's over? Oh, I guess the dog's riding the elevator with me. That's cool. Taking him home. I'm gonna call him Jimmy.
Claire, are you there?
Sherry, are you okay? Did you find your dad?
Yes, I'm okay. But I couldn't find him. But I did find something else for you. Here. Here's another.
Thanks, sweetie. Now, why don't you come over here? I want you to stay with me.
Claire! I can't reach the ventilation hole anymore. But don't worry, I'll find another way. I can take care of myself.
Wait, Sherry, come back! Sherry! Sherry!
So I really have to wonder how strong Sherry is. The fact that she was able to just fucking throw this container of grenades. That'll assumably be 4, yeah, typically 6, through there. Those grenades are also completely optional. On both scenarios, you can go to where the other character starts that section, and you'll get some ammo. For the Leon scenario, it's shotgun shells. I feel like it's worth grabbing for both, personally, but I also end every playthrough I ever do with way more ammo than I need. So I don't exactly I don't exactly know the optimal exactly how much I need. It's like I've casually speedrun a few of these games, but I've never really dug deep. Okay, inventory management is important. Make your box look nice. Yeah, that'll be fine. Well, thanks for that, bud. That's what I get for bringing Jimmy home. Now he's fucking pissy. So I think there might be liquors in here now? Yep. So this room looks really intimidating. I'm curious if it'll work the same way on hard. But typically, as long as your movement is clean, you can get out of here before anything can hit you. Oh, yep, that guy was up right away. Yeah, on normal, if you run through there and just, yeah, cleanly move the whole way through, you can make it to the end without anything being, like, active enough to hurt you. Fucking love learning, dude. I hardly feel like this constitutes as a puzzle. Like, you don't even need to actually do the math, you just kind of logically have to look at it and be like, hey, there's really only a certain way to do this. So the key card and the puzzle I just did is to get into the weapons locker. It has some ammo in it, and there are also 2, like special items. One is a pack that gives you extra inventory, and one is a submachine gun. I tend to grab the submachine gun with Claire. Leon's weapon arsenal is really good. Between getting, like, the weapon upgrades. You know, he ends up with an upgraded pistol, an upgraded shotgun, and an upgraded magnum. Whereas Claire, it's the pistol, the bow gun, which, especially on this difficulty, is not great. And the grenade launcher, which is good, but it's limited on rounds until, like, the end game. So I like taking the submachine gun. It makes for dealing with a couple of bosses without having to use up my my general inventory or my general ammo. Okay. So with Leon, there's stuff in the locker there. Well, can't have that. definitely want all the acid rounds you can get. The acid rounds are fucking stupidly strong in this. Alright, so now can prepare and head over into the other end of this hallway, but I need to go clean up some inventory first. I guess I will go ahead and keep that on me for now. Need the lighter, and I need the diamond key. Since I'm unsure what could or could not be, the conference room in particular, where you get the gear, at least on the North American version of the game, has a first aid spray that's hidden off screen that I wouldn't mind grabbing. I'm gonna save that herb too. There's a red herb in this hallway. I'll take it. That's that was 4 shots on, technically 4 shots to kill that guy. Genuinely curious how much more durable bosses are going to be now. Because Burke in 4 can be a real son of a bitch with how much damage he does. Oh shit, hi. Yeah. Sound cues are a very strong tool in these games. If it wasn't obvious right there. No, I heard his head explode. That's the chord I mentioned earlier about closing up the shutters, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Jump scare that fucked with many people back in the day. Okay, yeah, that's just for handgun ammo, and getting through that without killing him or taking damage is kind of a pain in the ass. Well, fuck me. Fun fact, he is not typically in here. So this will be fun. And his tongue hits me through that. And it looks like the first aid spray is not here. Yeah, normally, like, there's a first aid spray that would kind of be hidden by the corner. This is actually kind of worrying, so I'm going to be back. Don't want to take a stupid death. Luckily, I wasn't stupid and actually saved both of these herbs for an occasion like this. hoping I should be able to dance around this liquor to get the gear. Great start. Ooh. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So we now have everything needed to get the last piece of her major police station puzzle, and can go into the first boss. I'm gonna sneak in here and grab a heal because there are going to be liquors upstairs now. And that's just not cool. The lighter is now done with for now. Not confident in the bowgun's ability to handle them on this difficulty. Maybe it can, maybe I'm an idiot, I don't know. Don't know where the hell they migrated in from. Luckily, he cooperated pretty well. So this is the room I actually wanted to get to save, but I did want to grab a heal just in case. That dude was a little bastard. I even fucked up rotating my saves. Wait, look at that. Okay. I am all over the place right now, Jesus Christ. Need to make this balcony run again now. If we die though, it's kind of whatever. I managed to just save. Yeah, my dude, I don't think your leaps are that good. And here's where the zombies break in, but I will not need to go through either of those hallways again this playthrough. So it's just like going out of your way to use the cord is just kind of unnecessary. Now, are there liquors here? There sure is. Yeah, that one can just be a real pain in the ass to try and get around, especially both ways. Guess a potentially neat little fact about the police station. So Leon gets to go for a ride down this chute, Claire doesn't go down there. That's like Leon's central area where Ben is behind the SWAT truck. But as I started saying before I got sidetracked, so this police station, it used to be a museum, which is part of the reason for its fucking weird ass architecture and design choices. I'm a fucking idiot. But it's part of the reason that the place is so eccentric, I guess. Okay, so now gonna be heading into the first boss fight, and as long as his speed has not been like fucking cranked up to 11, it should be free still, I would think. Especially with the submachine gun. I'll take one heal with me just in case.
Claire!
Sherry, you're okay.
I'm glad to see
Yeah,
you're
this
safe.
child hanging out in this murder, potentially pedophile's office is certainly something.
Claire!
I'm going down there. Stay here and wait for me, okay?
You're not allowed. I'm going to ride the ride.
Help me!
This is called Just Desserts. Because Irons is a fuck, and deserves every bad thing that happens to him. You know, this weird dungeon section though is kind of weird. I don't know if this was a part of the museum or if this is just an Irons thing.
So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
Calm down, Chief. What happened?
Shut up! You couldn't possibly understand what's happened. Those monsters from Umbrella have destroyed my beautiful town. How could they do that to me after everything I've done for them?
So it's true. You have been working with Umbrella.
He's
Then
so
you must
fucking
know about the
whiny.
G-Virus. What is it? Tell me!
If you must know, it's the agent that can turn humans into the ultimate bioweapons. Superior to the T-Virus in every way. Dr. William Birkin is the genius behind the project.
William Birkin.
I'm sure you've already seen his little girl running around here somewhere. Sherry, isn't it? In case you haven't already figured it out. The monster that's been tearing my precinct apart is yet another product of the G-Virus. An ultimate bioweapon.
Ultimate bioweapon.
Trying to cover its tracks. But if I have to go, I'm going to take you with me.
Oh, now he's gonna shit his pants.
Can't take the the pain!
This is what happens if you're a fuck ass. Yep, so anyway, fuck him. Free acid rounds. Embryo pops out and it's already going into teenage / adulthood. Like, that is some next level growth. Just imagine popping out the womb and you're already a fucking grown-ass man that needs a job. So these little guys aren't really a threat, but the reason the submachine gun is so good on him is you can just kind of dip down and get stragglers. That's really the worst thing they do, is grab onto you to waste some of your time. But even the G-Adult here, like, his attacks are incredibly slow. One thing that everybody who has played this game has done is forget to go back for Sherry after fighting him. Everybody does it. I do it most playthroughs. I was just actively thinking about it, so I didn't look like a dumbass.
Claire, you came back!
I can't believe the man who developed the G-Virus is actually her father.
What's wrong, Claire?
It's nothing. But I think I found a way out of here. We should be able to find someplace safe if we can just make it out of town.
But...
Don't worry, I'll protect you. I promise. But you have to make sure you don't leave my side. Leon, are you still there? We're leaving.
Are you crazy? The streets are still crawling with zombies.
It'll be all right, trust me. We found a way to the sewer. Follow us later.
Claire! Claire! Wait, wait!
In the words of Leon S. Kennedy in a few years, women. So, I kind of skate around like I'm wearing Heelys with Sherry, because, of course, since she is slower, if you run, you'll run too far away, and she'll just fucking, like, crouch down like she's about to shit. Instead of, you know, following you in the same room that you're in, so Claire gets to ride around on Heelys for a bit. That's actually a speedrun strat in Resident Evil 1 Remake, because you can use that to quickly go up and down stairs.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, Dad's extra pissed that CPS is with the kid now.
Run!
That's always felt targeted to me. The fact that it just sucked Sherry in right then and there.
Sherry! Claire! I'm here!
So, for the second Sherry section, it's short. There is a zombie in this room. but he's kind of whatever. Like I mentioned before, zombies can't actually grab Sherry. All they can do is throw up on her, and it makes them really not a threat to her. This room, on the other hand, is the one I talked about earlier where you can just be locked to death. These bugs do a very small amount of damage, but if they want to, they will just lock you in place and kill you over the course of like 5 minutes. I've never had it happen personally, but it can happen and it's fucking stupid. Also, Sherry takes a hell of a fall there. Like, that's some wrestling shit. So that's one of the scenes that contributes to this being the canon playthrough, is William injecting Sherry with the embryo. You know, fucking dad gotta get his daughter pregnant because fucked up family. A few little hidden items around here. Oh, I almost fucked up and forgot the valve handle again. Okay. Oh, God damn it. I'm so indecisive. It's normally the part of the game where I would put the pistol away, like, forever, but... So this is the third lock thing that Leon can open. So now this off-screen zombie is a threat to Claire. Don't need to kill him though. Just kind of want to aggro him. It doesn't look like he wants to come over. He is being a little bastard. But that's fine. I got what I wanted. Went through the wrong door though. That's where Sherry came in. Oh yeah, you can come in here. You can get some bowgun bolts and some grenades. Nothing too crazy, but it's one zombie in there, so the risk is essentially non-existent. I will never get tired of Resident Evil Save Room music. This shit is just pure, just sex for the ears. Okay, I should be done dicking around now. So I'll showcase it in the B scenario, but in the B scenario, they imply that, you know, it's happening after this one. You can actually go up the other person's elevator and loot their room. here we get spiders. I know spiders freak a lot of people out. I don't love them, but I don't particularly have a fear of them, especially not in like video game form. Just look at him move, dude. He's all hairy and shit. It's also funny how their legs just sound like a fucking drum being beaten. Like, how hard are they hitting things?
Who are you? Oh, I see. Another spy sent by Umbrella, right? Let me guess. You're here to steal my husband's G-Virus, aren't you? You are tenacious, I'll give you that.
Husband? Then you must be Annette. Sherry's mother?
What?
Sherry's wandering around alone in the sewers. You have to help me find her.
That's impossible. I told her to go to the police station. What's she doing here? William will be after her.
William?
That's right. The creature that's been causing all this destruction is none other than my own husband.
Yeah, Annette's also way more of a fucking idiot in the original here. Like,
This way.
she spends most of Remake trying to fix her mistake.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-Virus. No one will ever take you away from me.
Fun fact, he stole the virus, essentially. You learned about that in REZ.
There he is.
So you finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-Virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Stop! You might hit the sample. That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
So, those shots were... They went through and exited, and
I'm taking care of that.
those look to be like MP5s, and an MP5 uses like 9mm rounds, so like... You know, I'm not a gun expert, so I could be wrong, but I don't think 9mm typically
Roger.
will just cleanly go through you like that.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-Virus into his own body?
The G-Virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there. Shoot it! Eat this, you freak! The guns aren't stopping it! What is this thing? Hurry! What is this thing? Fire! Fire! Son of a...
And the rats get it, and that's how it got into the city.
So those rats were the carriers of the virus?
As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. I tried to save him, but I'm afraid it's already too late.
But...
And that's not even the entire story. Every G-Virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other life forms. That's why he's after Sherry.
what are you trying to say?
The bodies of individuals with non-related genetic coding are likely to reject the embryo. But since Sherry is his daughter, that possibility is non-existent. It's an inherent survival instinct.
It's Sherry! You go that way.
So what she basically said right there is he has the primal urge to breed and reproduce, and things that beings that match his genes are the best candidates. Why? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But it's like, damn, that's a lot to put on her. Some people would go, oh, but why not Annette? And it's like, I mean, they're not blood related, they're married. I guess they could be blood related. Who fucking knows? All we know is that Raccoon City's in the Midwest. I don't think they've ever actually given an explicit destination. Now, I live in the Midwest, and as far as I know, we don't really fuck family around here. Can't speak much for, like, the surrounding states, but...
Sherry!
Big-ass gator in the sewers. Another thing I wasn't aware we had in the Midwest. So this thing is... you can't even call it a boss. But you get to see a really cool pixely explosion as you blow the triangles off of him. Here's a fun fact for you. You can actually fight him without the canister, and if you do enough damage, he will break through the wall and run off. And then in the B scenario, you will encounter him again. Whereas now that he's dead, he's not a thing in the B scenario. I'm sure there are very few people who have seen that. The only way I discovered it was even a thing is when I played through this game for achievements on retro achievements.
My stomach. It hurts.
Which, if you like doing things like achievement hunting and you like older games, I recommend checking out retro achievements. It's been a cool way to, I guess, challenge myself in older games that I love, along with learning new things about them. Don't really care if Sherry gets left behind right there, because I have to turn back around. Come on, Sherry. Fucking... I get that she's a child and all, but zero survival instincts. Especially now that she's got some pupating embryos in her. Bugs fuck off when you come in here with a weapon. Fucking cowards. Luckily, when you come through here with Sherry, the spiders are replaced with zombies, which is so much more manageable. This room, on the other hand, still has the spiders, but it's honestly whatever. They're not a threat. It's actually really funny when I sit and think about it, because I would say that there are a relatively low number of Resident Evil enemies that are like genuine threats. And not just in this game, but like in the series as a whole. And usually it's not necessarily because of the enemy, but the game itself. One example I'll throw out is Resident Evil 0, and its whole thing of just being a frustrating game to play. Mimicry Marcuses and I think they're called Eliminators. The damn monkeys. Those things are some of the hardest, just some of the most difficult enemies to deal with. The Eliminators in particular. And I think part of that is just because the shotgun in RE0 is really fucking bad. Like, astronomically bad. So, I'd actually completely forgotten about this, but Claire actually gets the spark shot as well. It's a good weapon. It's not bad, but it is also one of those that's like a boss weapon, so it's not something I actively think about all the time. There's a branching path you can take in this hallway as well, but it only leads to some herbs. It's not really worth it unless you absolutely need some health. Man, this bowgun fucking sucks on hard. Squeeze by them. Alrighty. So I think now I'm at the point where I'm going to put away the pistol permanently. The valve is now useless. That will have use later. So, I have another William fight coming up. It's, this one's not particularly difficult either. Due to the combat area, though, it is possible to get backed into a corner. So you just kind of have to be aware of your surroundings and your movement. You also have the gall to give you pistol ammo back there, which just feels insulting. Not as many hidden items as I remember. I wonder if it's RE3 that primarily has the items that just aren't shown. Loud. Now we're on our way to the lab, the
Claire,
final section of the game.
My stomach hurts.
Hang in there, Sherry. Her forehead's burning up. I've got to hurry before the embryos pupate.
Oh, girl, I'm pupating. Another instance where I feel like I should be fine as long as his speed isn't super cranked up on hard. He also throws a pipe at you, which is kind of fucked up. He does that. Gets a good ass solo. Like, it's no Nemesis theme, but it's good. Now you don't want to move too far away from him, otherwise he will just kind of jump and do like a teleports behind you type thing. The nifty thing about the spark shot is how it moves you backwards when you fire it, so it kind of helps you with distance. Like a lot of enemies that have a jerk-off arm, if you run towards their normal arm, that's when you're, like, the safest to move. That was a clean fight.
Sherry.
Puberty's hitting this kid hard.
Claire? Oh, you're finally awake. Isn't this... That's okay. You keep it. I'm sure it'll keep you safe.
Thank you, Claire. Even though I'm an only child, neither of my parents ever spent much time with me because of their work. I grew up alone, but now that you're with me, I finally have someone to rely upon.
Sherry. Rest here for a bit. I'll be right back, as soon as I found the antidote for you.
So once Claire removes the jacket, you can see the black undershirt and it kind of sticking out from the shorts. So it's like, is she just like, does she wear a bodysuit into town? Like, I feel like it's unclear. Have you ever just like gotten really comfy in a onesie and then took a motorcycle ride? So that can go away for now. So now, I wanna keep the grenade launcher with me with the flame grenades specifically, because we'll start encountering the plants. You can kill the plants without flame, but it takes a year. And they are bastards. The plants are a big reason that I really dislike the fourth survivor in this game. Big walk-in freezers are cool. If you've ever worked fast food, you know how fucking good it feels to just walk into a big-ass walk-in freezer. This is also more like wonderful sound to just listen to. God, the sound design in these games is something special. And, they have to keep their fucking fuse in a freezer because I guess when you're doing heinous war crimes, like, it really takes a lot of power. You also come here in the Resident Evil Outbreaks level, which those are games that I actually have not played to completion. I look forward to getting to those. Yeah, it's just bowgun bolts. So you can turn on some anti-BOW gas here. I don't actually know what the point of it is, if I'm honest. Also, it's kind of implied to use the lighter there, but you can just use either a flame round or the flamethrower. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, that's a worthy trade. I mean, 8 grenades I spent 4. And there's an ink ribbon in here as well, but I don't need it. First run in with the IVs. So, unlike the remake, they do not have an instant kill, but they have a ranged spit that will often poison you. But, like I said, if you come in here with flames, they're kind of a non-issue. Turns out setting a plant on fire is actually really effective. That tree looks like it has vaginas all over it. That room can be a real pain in the ass if you are not prepared for it. So, here is where you can get some use out of the weapon box key. Let's go get some more grenades. I think I will take this. So there's a giant moth enemy if you go down there into that room, but there's no reason for me to do it. The only reason to go into that room is there is a computer where you can register your fingerprint to open a door, and you can only open the door in the B scenario because it requires 2 fingerprints. The reason it's useless for me is it gives you a magazine for the submachine gun here, And since I have it in the A scenario, I will not have it in the B scenario. Wow, this thing sucks dick at killing zombies right now. Holy shit. That is like a solid 15% per kill. That is wild.
Annette!
You killed William. I'll never forgive you for that.
Wait!
I've just prepared a sample of the G-Virus. And this time, no one will take it from me. This is the most significant piece of research my husband has ever left in my hands.
Stop it!
She is such a
Sherry's
simp
in
for her
serious
husband.
trouble. William implanted her with his embryos. There's no telling when they'll pupate. And if that happens, then Sherry won't...
What? William.
Hubby's home.
William, you're alive.
You know, there are so many people out there in the world that would smash him. Just like that. If he was a real man, he'd hang upside down and Spider-Man kiss me.
He's getting stronger with each skin he casts off. Sherry!
Tell me what I need to know. How can I save Sherry?
I have detailed information. Everything you need to know to prepare the antidote is right here. Save my daughter. And tell her I'm sorry I wasn't a better mother. Tell her I love her. Sherry.
Yeah, dude, you were pretty shit as a mom. Not gonna lie.
Annette!
Too busy simping for a monster to help your daughter.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Alright, that can fuck off. I actually don't even know why I'm saving right now. I still gotta finish making the vaccine before I go on the fight. Yeah, looking at it, I really think I overdid it on ammo again. It's our friend Leon. Perceive moving object. Do
Leon,
not perceive
you
me.
made it.
Claire, is that you? Where are you?
I can see you on the monitor. But never mind that right now. Leon, you have to go back and get Sherry for me. I left her in the security office. Please, you must save her.
Wait a second. What are you gonna do? Where are you going?
I still have a few loose ends to take care of. I'm counting on you.
And imagine this woman that you met during this apocalypse scenario, and then she dumps a kid on you. And it's your first day on the job as a cop. Fucking my ass would be retiring immediately. need to go grab the vaccine base. I do not remember if it's zombies or plants in there. I did almost forget about the plants here. So opening the shutter here, that's the door you could open with the 2 thumbprints. But along with the 50% SMG ammo you get, it also has like 3 lickers. It's not really good. These dudes are just in here playing in the dark. They're playing fucking crab cock with each other. I hope they're having a nice time. Remember, crab cock. If you come, you're out. Well, fucking howdy do to you, dickhead. Someone was feeling feisty. Oh, no. Cartridge goes here. Button gets pressed here. Vial of Coom. And in the tail end now, just have to go finish synthesizing the vaccine, and then it's off to the final William encounter. I was hoping to do both scenarios tonight, but this took longer than I thought it would with the hard difficulty stuff, so I'll probably end up doing scenario B tomorrow night. Get your wiener away from the boy. In case you didn't see it when I talked about it in Article 1, the reason naked zombies are even a thing is strictly because of the technical limitations from the first game. They wanted more zombies on screen in the final area, so to up the maximum amount of zombies they could have on screen from 3 to 4, they just removed excess pixels, aka their clothing. So, you know, we get naked hot dog guys so they can have more of them on screen, and that's pretty cool. Don't actually need that card anymore. Annette's still dead. Left like one science man in here. He can live out his life. Gotta microwave the coom and it makes it turn like a greenish blue. He's not even concerned. He's content with where he's at. Good for him. Love your life. Even if it is shit, and you're not even alive. So I am unsure of how much of a threat William may be. I can't imagine William 3 is much harder, and he's just kind of I don't know, he's just kind of there. But William 4 can be kind of scary. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go with this. Use the spark shot for the first phase.
Until detonation.
So Kid Me was a dumbass in here and couldn't figure out what to do when this time started. Even though there's a fucking glowy ass button right here. This one is not really much of a threat. Although he does seem faster, so I could be lying. So right there I was using the lock-on to see if he was around the corner enough for me to hit him or not. Certainly bulkier. Now this phase, he's a lot more agile, and he has a grab that, similar to like how like Lickers or Hunters work, can kill you from Yellow Passion. He will also waste a lot of time just jumping around up top. Oh, yep, okay. So he grabbed me that, I'm going to be in danger now. Yeah. That attack does an absolutely stupid amount of damage. Oh, you ass. Oh. Showing off his cool tricks. Okay. He is way bulkier on hard. Holy shit. Overall, though, that was pretty painless. Acid rounds absolutely fucking this game. scenario A. I don't know why, but that part's always funny to me.
Sherry's unconscious.
I have the antidote. If I give it to her.
Claire, what's happening?
Not now. Come on, Cherry, wake up. Wake up. Please wake up.
Claire? Where am I?
It worked!
It
Oh,
worked!
Sherry, you're gonna be okay.
Thanks, Claire.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
Yeah, you'll find him in a couple years.
This is just the beginning.
Shout out to Code Veronica, a underappreciated RE game.
My God is
It's probably in my like top
It will
5, I would
always be
say.
with you.
Claire.
Sherry.
Alright. Have to sit through the credits now and wait so I can save for scenario B. But I'm happy with how that went. Especially for not knowing what kind of things could have been thrown at me on hard mode. I will say I am shocked at like how much more often the pistol seemingly crits in this version of the game. Like, that's wild to me. And then just overall, things are so much bulkier. I am glad that me mixing up where things are in RE3 and RE2 here didn't fuck me up too badly. For anyone who stopped into the stream or is watching the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope maybe you learned a fun fact or two. It's one of the things I want to do along with, you know, documenting my playthroughs just so I can have something that's a memory for me, is to just try and pass on to the game, pass on showing the games or giving knowledge about the games to people that maybe that can't play them for various reasons, whether they're too difficult for them. I know at least with these older ones, a lot of people struggle with tank controls. I mean, I've been playing these games for so long that they're a second nature to me. For some people, they're just too scared of the games. But I want more people to get to experience Resident Evil, and if I can help do that, then that's what I'm gonna do. This is a series that I love. Yo, A ranking under 2 hours? Hell yeah, brother. So S ranks didn't exist yet, I'm pretty sure. You know what? They might, and I could just sound like an asshole, so I'll just say that if I didn't save so much, my rank may have been higher. But that will do it for today. I did want to try and get both scenarios, but yeah, that ended up going a bit longer than I thought it would. So, I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. If not, tell me to kill myself or something. I don't know. Anyways, have a good night. Peace and love. Later.